there. I'm William Benz. I'm a junior in high school, and I'm super excited to preach tonight. I'm going to be in Luke talking about the popular parable of the lost sheep. A parable, according to Google Dictionary, is a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson as told by Jesus in the Gospels. So now I'm going to read it. I don't know if it's actually up there or not. Oh, sweet. Jesus told in this parable, "Suppose someone among you had 100 sheep and lost one of them. Wouldn't he leave the other 99 in the pasture and search for the lost one until he finds it? When he finds it, he is thrilled and places it on his shoulders. When he arrives home, he calls together his friends and neighbors, saying to them, 'Celebrate with me, because I found my lost sheep.' In the same way I tell you, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who changes both heart and life than over 99 righteous people who have no need to change their hearts and lives." When I sat in Sean's office, actually reading this for comprehension for the first time, I immediately tried to relate it to school. We're talking about missing one little part of the whole. An example of this is seeing the difference between a herd of 99 sheep and 100 sheep. It's impossible. So thinking back to school, we take a lot of tests. We're very busy. We don't want to go in early or stay after for a retake. Let's imagine you get a 99 on a test in an AP class. Are you really going to go in the next morning, if you could, to retake it for 100, to get that one lost point? Getting that extra point may be the technically right thing to do, and it's the harder thing to do. Now that we get a sense of what's going on in the story, I want to go back and look at parts I thought were either important or strange. And the first one is verse 5. "And when he finds it, he is thrilled and places it on his shoulders." And though it is out of the ordinary, we can make sense of this. People here with their pets would do the same, because your pet is considered a part of your family. The lost sheep is considered a part of the shepherd's family, and we're all a part of Jesus' family, so he would do the same for us. After seeing how the shepherd treats his lost sheep, we can have reassurance. If one of you gets lost, not physically, that's a different challenge, but spiritually, you should feel confident that you won't be lost for long. If one of you feels like the lost sheep, know that when you seek out God, he will show up. It may not be that day or even that week or how you expect it, but he'll be there nonetheless. The next part I want to highlight is the back of verse 6, and that is, "Celebrate with me because I have found my lost sheep." I like that he uses the word celebrate. It emphasizes how much he really cares about this lost sheep. This isn't the first time that we've seen a celebration for a lost family member. Last year, we heard the parable of the lost son, the one where he takes his father's money, loses it all, returns home to open arms, and a celebration with no punishment. So obviously the Bible tells us so clearly that if you return home from being lost, you're okay. The church will welcome you back in, and while you may or may not receive the same celebration on earth, heaven will be celebrating and excited and proud of you. Now, when we talk about coming back to the church after being lost, we see halfway through verse 7, which is changes both heart and life, that a sinner has to change his heart and his life. God doesn't want people to be living a two-faced life of just going to church on Sundays and the night before making some questionable decisions. And for the opposite, he doesn't want you only to love him back. You have to act the part. Being active in church, volunteering, being kind, and being a role model. Shifting focus away from the lost sheep, I know some of you don't feel like you are lost, and you may feel like you're just another sheep in the herd. But do not think you are only less special than the other people around you in God's eyes. The bottom line is, God will seek you out and love every single one of you, regardless of how much your heart has changed.